everyone. Welcome to this Ali and your host Ali. Welcome to our cooking class tonight. Um, so I was planning to make butter chicken. I'm still going to use the butter chicken packet. Here it is right here. Um, And all day I kept thinking, so glad I got the chicken out last night, put it in the fridge. And guess what I didn't do last night and put in the fridge was the chicken. So last time I only had one chicken breast and normally I would use two. So last time I used one, and then I used a can of chickpeas. So tonight I always use mushrooms just because I don't know, butter chicken to me feels like it needs mushrooms. So tonight I'm going to make it without chicken. It's just going to be mushrooms, onions, and chickpeas. So yeah, that's how versatile our packets are. You can use whatever you have in your cupboard or in your fridge or in your freezer. And the flavoring will work with anything really. So this one, I understand, is one of our vegan packets. So even though it says buttered chicken, you add whatever protein you want, really. And like I said, I'm going to use chickpeas tonight. Oh, good. Someone's going to rev their engine outside. um, so I should confess, this is my very first live cooking class. Where I'm actually going to cook something live. So it could be, well, let's see how it goes. So what I did do is, because you don't want to really sit around and watch me chop, I chopped up some onion and some mushrooms. I like to do them in little kind of chunky bits. And I got my butter ready to cook them. I have, using our prep bowls, and I just adore these little bowls. On the side they have mils on one side and then the cup sizes on the other. So this is half a cup. It actually, when it's full, it's a whole cup. These are amazing. They came in my consultant kit, and it wasn't something in the picture when I saw what was coming in the kit. It was it was like this. So I didn't know that underneath this purple disc, that's all I could see in the picture, was the ball. And when they arrived, I was like, oh, I saw these in the catalog and I really wanted them. So I was very excited that they came as a part of my consultant kit. And I will tell you, I've used them every single day. Yeah. So they were an amazing thing. I'm just standing on something that's a bit squishy because I have sore feet today. So anyway, I've rinsed my chickpeas. They're here in the container. The only thing I haven't done is open my coconut milk. I like this one. I like this brand. Lots of people have other preferences, but that's my favorite. So I try and use it where I can. So the butter chicken is as simple as melt 1 tablespoon of butter or whatever kind of fat you're using, I guess. You could use a vegetarian margarine, I guess is what they're called, or butter, like the Earth Balance or something like that. Because this uses coconut milk, I'm guessing coconut oil would work really well. I'm using butter because I like butter, and it says butter. So we're going to go over to, I'm going to move you around my kitchen a little bit. Again, we'll see how this goes. Feedback is fun. If you have some feedback at the at the end of the party, please do tell me. My son is in the background and he's watching Pocoyo right now on the iPad, so he should be fairly happy for a little bit. I'm just going to grab what we need. So here's my fry pan. I'm going to get that started while you're there. If you can hear the cars and the motorbikes and things in the background, I live in downtown Squamish, and it is always very, 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 very noisy here when it's time to open the doors and windows. So it reminds me every year that I really want to move. Yeah, because there you go. So all right. So butter chicken, I want to tell you that while we wait for this to cook a little bit, the butter chicken was something that I was a bit reluctant to try, and not because I don't love butter chicken, I really do, but I had been using the one from Costco, and I really liked it. That was my favorite, and I thought I didn't think this would be as good because it uses coconut oil, coconut milk, and I was like, oh, I don't know how that's going to go. It's probably going to taste strange. And I have not looked back. So I do have still one jar of the Costco butter chicken in my cupboard, and I ran out of Epicure butter chicken last week, and I just got some on Monday again in an order, and I didn't want to use it because I really, really love this one now. So, and from the very first time I used it, it's really, really good. Clean is what Epicure does really well. Clean eating. Somehow, so I posted earlier today that my son used to have a fairly rare allergy syndrome where any ingredient could send him vomit to shock. And that was pretty scary as a mom, but it meant that I had to learn all about the foods that we eat and that are available to us. And there is so much garbage or so many things that are man-made that don't need to be in our foods. And I could speculate as to why. I would say that dollars and stretching their ingredients is kind of the reason. But maybe a bit like a drug dealer. they cut their drugs with something that's not pure to stretch it further. I don't know where I've just come up with that, but watching too much TV, I suppose. And yeah, so the food companies do that too, but not Epicure. So they're really, oh, this is good. It's really important to the CEO and the founder, who are mother and daughter from Victoria in BC. And it's really important to them that they use clean, healthy ingredients. And they've taken out, there is no artificial colors, flavors, or additives in any of the products. There is no gluten. You won't find gluten in there. There's no nuts, except for coconut, which I've discovered is a nut and a seed and a fruit. That is one mixed up edible item. Anyway, you won't find nuts. They're salt and sugar conscious. So sometimes the complaint or the feedback I get, it's not really a complaint, but the feedback from customers is, well, it was not very salty. Well, yeah, because we don't put salt in. If you want it, you add it. Or we put very little salt in. So it's a company that really values health and clean eating, and it's something I really appreciate as a mama who went through those 2 years of checking packets and reading ingredients and going, what the heck is this big long word mean? And why is it in there? Right? So this is going well. I'm going to add, oh, sorry folks, that was very loud. I'm going to add coconut milk. So now normally if you do this with chicken, and it's really, really good with chicken, you add the chicken raw. So you put the coconut milk in, you put the seasoning in, you let that cook for just a few minutes, and then you add the raw chicken when it comes to a bubble. And it takes about 7 to 10 minutes to cook. We're not using anything like that, so this is going to be very, very fast, I imagine. So I'm just tipping the whole packet in there. Oh, that smells so, so, so good. And then I'm going to tip the coconut milk in there, just like so. I like to get every little bit out because yum. And then you just mix it around. I don't know if you can see that at all. Maybe not, because the light might be too bright. We turn that off. Can you see that better? There you go. I need to turn that back on so I can see. Mix that around, and then we add our ½ cup of tomato sauce. Tomato. So I'm from Australia originally, and it's taken me a while to learn and remember to say tomato, not tomato, and banana, not banana. So, I mean, not that it matters either way, you'd understand, I'm sure. But I like to, when in Rome, wherever I am, so do as the Canadians do and say tomato. Oh my, so this smells really good already. So now mushrooms are not, like I said, they're not really a part of the ingredients on the list. You can do this with just the onion, which you can also skip if you don't eat onion, and then add your chicken or whatever kind of protein you're going to use. Oh, whoops. That wasn't attached. So I'm just going to pop these in. Maybe I'm going to wait a few seconds while this heats up, and then I'll pop those in. And we'll leave it cook for maybe 5 to 7 minutes. I don't think chickpeas are already cooked when you get them out of the can. So I don't think they really need to cook, but to heat, it's good to have them nice and heated through. I'm just going to let this bubble up a bit. Alright, we'll just put these in here. Oh yeah, there's a few bubbles, good. Put those in. So now this goes really, really well with the chickpeas. I really loved it last week with the addition of the chickpeas. And seriously, that takes a meal that's already very, very, very cheap, really. It's a great economical meal, and it makes it even cheaper. I mean, honestly, without chicken, I got 2 cans of chickpeas yesterday for 99 cents each. So this meal probably has worked out to about, when you break it down to servings, it's probably about $2 a serving, which is crazy, maybe even less. Because the packet works out to about $3 for the packet, $3.50. And you get four, well, this is 8 servings. I'm gonna say 4 to 6, but it depends on whether you're gonna eat it on its own or as a part of a more balanced meal, I suppose. Normally I wouldn't do that, just sometimes I'll make some vegetables on the side, but rarely do I do that. So I like to put them in the meal and eat it all at once. This one doesn't have them, so I definitely could do that. And one other thing maybe I should have added in here is cauliflower would do really well in here too. And I do have some cauliflower. I could pop it in the steamer and it would be done very quickly. But right now I'm going to put the lid on here. And talking of the steamers, I'm going to move you back over here for a minute. So, whoops. Here we go. So speaking of the steamers, I use mine so often that that I wash them every day, and so they're often just sitting right there. I just wanted to show you how amazingly flexible that is, right? Just like so. And they've got really strong, sturdy handles though that stay, I'm not going to say they stay 100% cool when you're cooking for 10 minutes or so. I will just be a second, love. Okay? Yeah, and then I will help you with Pocoyo. But they stay definitely cooler than the rest of it. So if you are cooking something in the multi-purpose steamer for a fair amount of time, say 10 minutes or more, I would probably put it on a plate or use something over the top when you pull it out. The lid fits really secure for such a flexible dish. This lid, oh, so I had to tip it pretty far forward for that to come out. So it's a very secure fit, and it has little vents on the top. I don't know if you can see those right there. The multi-purpose steamer also came with the consultant kit. So I was pretty excited about that. It comes with this tray. So earlier today I made some, with the chickpeas, I made some little crunchy chickpeas in the microwave using the multi-purpose steamer tray that I put on a plate. And this is a crisper tray. So if you use it in the steamer with the lid, then it's a divider. Okay, and it can, if you're cooking rice, for example, you put the divider, the tray, over the top, and that stops it bubbling over. You can, and I have cooked like chicken breasts in the bottom, and then put my vegetables on the tray, and then the lid on, and it cooked everything at the same time. So I think I did 8 minutes or 7 minutes or something, and my dinner was done. Chicken, vegetables, done. Which, I mean, you can't get much quicker than that. There is also a smaller rectangular steamer, this one. This is, and also very flexible, this is amazing for asparagus. So the spears fit in there perfectly. Put the lid on, I think it's like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and they're perfectly steamed. A little bit crisp on the outside and soft and delicious on the inside. I make fajitas quite regularly for myself. So when I've made something that I know that Flynn is happy eating, and I just want something quick, I'll do some onion and zucchini strips and some carrot that I cut up fine and peppers, and then strips of raw chicken on top. Pop it in the microwave for about 6-7 minutes and fajitas. There's a fajita seasoning that we use. So I will use this one on both the vegetables and then on the chicken as well. And delicious, really, really good. If you like guacamole, and I do, then that is another thing that Epicure does really well. Is it dips and seasonings. So the guacamole dip, you add some nice ripe avocados to a bowl, add a tablespoon or two of this, depending on how many avocados you're using. And then I always add some plain yogurt as well. I just like it a bit creamier. And very, very delicious. We sell so much of this. It's very, very popular. I was going to do this after we were done here, but while that's cooking, this will only take a few minutes. So this is another dip that I use constantly. Let's see if I can get that right there. Creamy ranch. Oh my goodness. It is one of my favorites. It works with chicken, it works with fish, it works with vegetables so well. I will often, in my rectangular steamer, cut up some potatoes that I've washed and usually peeled, but you don't have to. Pop them in there for 5 minutes in the microwave, and they are steamed to perfection. And then I just put my ranch on there, and it's so yum. So I was going to do this after. I'm going to do this right now and show you how easy it is to make. So I'm making this for tomorrow. I like it to sit overnight. You can eat it within 30 minutes of making. I would let it sit for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to start, I'll use another spoon here. I'm going to start with, so here's my little prep bowl again. I'm going to start with just one heaped spoonful in the bottom. Then I'm going to add, I don't really measure, so this much and a little bit more of my yogurt. And then I'll use this spoon here, and it's supposed to be 50-50 of the, but I only use a little dollop of the mayo. So you put those in here, stir them up, and let's make sure we get all the little bits off the bottom. It's creamy. You can make this as a dressing as well. If you want to make a salad and use ranch as a dressing instead of a dip, you use a little bit of milk. So there's instructions, maybe not on there's instructions on how to use it here. Oh yeah, as a dressing it says whisk 2 tablespoons of dip mix with half a cup of mayo, yogurt and milk. So, and Epicure has a beautiful little cruet to make those things. So you can has the measurements right on the bottle, and then the lid, and you just put all your ingredients in and shake it up. Done. They really think about how to make things as easy as possible for you in the kitchen. And that is one thing that, as a mom, oh my goodness, who else has trouble at dinner time? Not only coming up with ideas, but coming up with ideas that are fast, right? Because you don't want to, after a day of either momming or work and momming, you don't want to spend time in the kitchen with a little one who wants your attention. They want to see you. They want to eat right away. You want everything to be fast. So this is done. I don't know if anyone was timing that. I probably could have turned it off way sooner. I don't know if you can see that. That's nice and done. Done. So I did rice earlier. And now it's actually, this is quite late for us to eat. Usually we eat much earlier. So my son has already had his dinner and I have had some of his. So this might all go in the fridge and freezer for other days, which is great because who doesn't love a meal that's already cooked even, and you just heat it up. That's even better. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. But I do want to show you what plates served up. Just do a little plate. So we got our rice. Oh, so good. It smells. I wish we had smell-o-vision because this is just so good. You can add, so the butter chicken is probably the mildest of all the curries that Epicure has. So you could add, yeah, there you go. How good does that look? Yum, yum, yum. You could add some yogurt, which I've done with some of the others that I've made. If it has a bit too much of a kick, a bit of a lightweight now with spices. So that's really it. How easy is that? Like, I forgot the chicken, had some chickpeas, threw in some mushrooms. The sauce is done in a few minutes. We made dip for tomorrow's vegetables, and yeah, if let's see, if anyone, oh, I did want to say that, so the butter chicken, I explained that I liked the other version. The reason I tried it was because it came with my consulting kit. And then I bought the 30-day meal kit. And out of that, the things that I would never, ever have bought individually, like the Thai red curry, which is now honestly my very favorite of all of them, and the sweet and sour stir fry, I would never have bought that. That's not something I would buy when I'm out at a restaurant either. So, but that was my favorite for until I tried the Thai red curry. So, but these are things I would not have tasted had I not bought the meal collection. So it's 30 days of meals for it's $99. The meal, it works out to $3.50 per meal, which when you look at some of the delivery services that deliver the whole thing in a box with the meat and the vegetables and whatever, and you cook it up, those are around $9 to $11 per serving, and we're doing ours for I'm going to say $3 to $4, depending on what you put in it, because, you choose, right? So that's a really good value. And if you're getting to try different things, you're not boring your family with the same old week in, week out, great, right? And maybe you'll get something that you're like, I wouldn't buy that again. Well, now you know, right? But you might, like I have, find that you get some new favorites that you can't wait to get again. Um, I think that's it. I think we're done. Oh, if anyone has a birthday this month or next month, join my VIP group. I will be posting a a link sometime, maybe tomorrow or the next day, but I will be posting a link. Ali is a member. Come and join us both. And if you have a birthday coming up, I do a birthday special for you. So free shipping, or if you host a party, you get an extra $20 to spend on top of the amazing host credits. So yeah, place your orders whenever you're ready. You will be helping Ali get some great host benefits. And if you book a party, she will get an extra 50% off item. So win-win for everyone. Okay, I am really excited that you joined me today. Sorry that it's run a bit long. I maybe have talked too much. I don't know. This is my first one, as I said. So thank you again. Uh, Bye.